everybody, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Erin and I run a small crochet business called Erin's Threaded Treasures. If you could do me a favor and hit the like button if you like this video and subscribe. Alright, so today's video is going to be about me answering some questions. I'm going to do a Q&A and I'm really excited about it. So I'm going to hop right into this video. So the first question that I have is from Martha and Hooks. I actually have a lot of questions from Martha and Hooks. How long have you been crocheting? I have been crocheting now for about 2.5 years. And I actually was a knitter before I learned how to crochet. So I'm not 100% sure like what exactly got me into crocheting, but I just know that I was a knitter. So if you see me in my videos crocheting like a knitter, I literally do exactly like a knitter. I yarn over and constantly am doing that. So yeah, I've been crocheting I think about now for about 2.5 years. Next question I have is also from Martha and Hooks and is, what is your favorite thing you've ever made? I have a couple of things that I've really liked and I've made, and no, I'm not gonna go dig this one out. I made my boyfriend a blanket for Christmas. It is a queen size blanket, and not this past Christmas, it was a couple Christmases ago. Made him a queen size blanket, made completely out of Bernat blanket yarn. I used the colors that Purple Brights in Bernat, and I also used the baby, the lavender. I interchanged them, and I also did it in a double crochet. So yeah, that's what I have. That's one of my favorite makes, but my other favorite make is this guy that I had to go dig out. So reason why, first of all, it's a dragon. Second of all, I actually painted these eyes. This was the first time I ever painted any eyeballs, so I was really proud of myself. Plus, I'm obsessed with this mystical yarn, and I am so angry that Bernat is discontinuing the Bernat, is discontinuing the mystical brand line. So I'm really sad, but yeah, this is my other favorite make. My next question is from the Whimsical Goblin, aka Tori. And Tori asked me a couple of questions, and one of them was, do you have a favorite crochet hook? If it is Ophire, which colorway? Yes, it's Ophire. 110% it is Ophire. And my favorite colorway is the Lucia. The camera does absolutely no justice of how bright and how beautiful this hook is. It actually is coming out more blue on camera, and it's a lot more of a deep purple. This is the Lucia line, and it is Refined Vibes collab with Ophire Co. And I got an entire set of these for Christmas. So if you are looking to follow another human being on YouTube and want to watch some crochet videos, first of all, go watch Tori, the Whimsical Goblin, and second of all, go watch Larry from Refined Vibes. She is the one that collabed with Ophire Co., and she's the one that she worked with them, made these hooks, and she actually did 2 launches of these, and both of them, part of what they made went to charity. So the next question I have is yet again from the one and only Whimsical Goblin, and it is, what is the song you like to jam out to over the summer? And because I'm a music teacher, my range of music, I just love everything. But if I had to pick one song, it would be Mummy Dust by the band Ghost. That is a very heavier song, and that's something I would definitely roll down my windows to and blast out my windows. So, and this is the last question from the Whimsical Goblin. It is, why did you start your crochet business? Tori, love this question. I started my crochet business because when I worked at my school last year, I'm not currently working at the same school that I worked at last year. My students were absolutely obsessed with all my crochet stuff. And they're like, oh my god, Miss Shay, you're getting so good at it. And like, they were really excited. So I decided maybe I should try to start selling these things and making my own business. And that's kind of where it started. Plus my love of crochet, and I thought it would be fun to do a craft show. And I ended up doing that over the summer. My first craft show was during the summer. I don't remember what day it was, but it was over the summer. And I made about $186. I believe that was my first market ever. And yeah, that's kind of what got it started. Was my students were like, "Oh my god, you have such good stuffed animals and stuff." And so I thought, might as well try to sell it, and that's kind of how that turned out. So the next question I have is from Crafts by Raya, or aka Mariah. Love you, boo. What is the biggest project you've ever made? Smallest? The biggest project that I've ever made is 110% that big blanket that I made for my boyfriend for Christmas. It is a queen size blanket, so that is 100% the biggest item I have ever made. The smallest? I'm not sure what I don't know about the smallest. I would guess like maybe something along the size of this, or a little smaller. I don't know what my smallest is, so I'm just gonna guess something like this. So the next question that I have, it kind of goes in between. There's two questions that are kind of like this. Crafts by Raya asked, how did you start crocheting? And the Chunky Plushie also asked me, how did I get into crochet? I'm going to finish your question in a second, the Chunky Plushie. But I got into crocheting. I don't really know how exactly I got into crocheting, but I know that I have always been interested in working with yarn. I was a knitter, like I said before I was a crocheter, so I did a lot of knitting stuff. I did like blankets, and that was about it, and scarves. And I found knitting to be a little more challenging because, honestly, in my opinion, if you miss a stitch, you're done. And the whole project's ruined, and it's like, well, crap. So I decided that I wanted to try crocheting because my mother had done it before, and I was like, okay, maybe I should try this. And I got myself some crochet hooks, and I got myself some acrylic yarn. I started learning how to crochet. I learned how to chain. I learned how to single crochet, half double, and double, and it kind of went from there. I started off with blankets. My first blanket that I ever made was really crooked because I didn't keep track of all my stitches. I was losing stitches left and right, so whoops. So my first blanket was crooked, and I just kept getting better and better as I kept doing it. I eventually moved on and started doing hats, and then I got into amigurumi, which is what I primarily do now, is creating stuffed animals. But I still do all of the other things. So I still do blankets, I still do hats and stuff like that. But for the most part, I'm an amigurumi person, and I work primarily creating stuffed animals to sell at markets. So, okay, so last question I got, I kind of already answered part of it, but I didn't answer the other part of it. How did you get into crochet? Also, I think you said you have Beardy and Ball Python. Would love to see. I am going to show you them, but I'm not going to actually physically take you to them because the room is disgusting and my camera's going to die. So I'm just going to show you pictures of the children. Alright, so this is Lily. Oh, let me turn my brightness down. Yeah, that's Lily. Alright, Lily I rescued off of the side of the road. My friend's aunt actually reached out and posted on Facebook and said that she saw a bearded dragon run across the road. And my best friend screenshotted it and sent it to me and said, "Oh my god, do you want to go look for this bearded dragon?" And I was, at this point, I was already getting my shoes on. So I was like, we're going. So we went to go see if we could find her. And I literally got out of the car and had just finished saying, if I can't find this bearded dragon, I'm going to call animal control. When my best friend turned and looked and said, "Oh my god, there it is." And she was literally basking on a rock. This was the beginning of September, so it wasn't cold out, thank God. So, but that's how I ended up with her. She actually, so I don't know how old she is, but she was full grown. Now, this is Iggy, featuring my boyfriend in the background. That's Iggy. I got him when he was the size of my thumb. And I'm not joking when I say he was the size of my thumb. Look at him. And now he's about 4. And then the snakes. So, this is Loki. He's about 4. And then my last picture. This is Odin. Sorry, Michelle. I know you're watching this, Michelle, and I meant to tell you to look away. Sorry, Michelle. But that's Odin. And he's about 4 years old as well. So, that concludes this video. Thank you to so much for the people that reached out and asked questions. If you liked this video, please feel free to hit subscribe. And I will see you all next time. Bye.